Contrast Uncut, yeah, you know that's us. Where we only speak the real and the real rock with us. Where we motivate the people and politic on success. Oh no, we ain't DJ Khaled, but they swearing we the best.
What's happening? It's Contrast Uncut. It's season 3, episode 49. Man, big shout outs to Uncle Snoop's Army and Bobby D Presents. I appreciate you, brothers. It's your host, Zylo, aka DJ Juan Dollars, like I won some money. Ladies and gentlemen, today we got a really legendary, incredible super guest. They're a Billboard charting group, from the CPT Compton. They known for making such hits as Be True to Yourself, If You Want It. I know it got a lot of people some pussy, that song, If You Want It. And as Didn't Mean to Turn You On, Up in the Club, and many more. These brothers have had syncs and placements on classic shows and movies such as Above the Rim, Menace to Society, and the real gangster Italian show, Sopranos. Just to name a few. And if you don't know who I'm talking about now, it's all good. We got all episodes to chop it up with Gangsta D and Black Ass KK from Second to None. All episode. How you doing, brothers?
Good, man. How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm blessed. It's an honor to be in y'all presence. Be able to do this interview, man. Dig into some history, man. What y'all been on?
Nah, we just chilling, man. Still doing this music.
Yeah, chilling.
Pandemic shit going on right now, though.
Come on. I mean, you said a little bit off air, but with the pandemic, the people that's really being successful, the people that's moving outside the box.
Yeah.
That pandemic put a box on everybody's mind until they start thinking outside to really create it and, build for their own.
Yeah, give you time to think.
That's for sure. Well, I got a quote, let me know how it relates to y'all, or if it doesn't, the ideas I want you guys to talk about it. Y'all ready?
Yeah. Right.
I'm for truth, no matter who tells it. I'm for justice, no matter who is for or against. Malcolm X. Whoever want to go first.
Wait a minute.
Shoot it by me one more time.
I'm gonna run it one more time because I get into this energy.
Wait, what were we supposed to do?
You let me know how it relates to you.
Oh, okay. Go ahead then. One more time.
I'm for truth, no matter who tells it. I'm for justice, no matter who is for or against. Malcolm X.
I'm for truth. Definitely for truth. That's in respects to how it affects me. That's 1/2 a second to none. Definitely truth, because that eliminates all of the fake. Pretty much all that's not a fact, or something that you really can't relate to, because there's nothing. There's no foundation to it. There's no history to it. There's no facts to it. That's a part of that. The one part of that. The quote of Malcolm X.
But I mean, with truth, that makes the justice relate. Without without justice, you can't have the truth go on. At the bottom line. And I feel like a lot of this, without going too much into anything, but I feel like you guys don't get enough credit as a group for being, one of the most successful West Coast groups to be out here, to come from independency and doing your thing from decade to decade.
We appreciate that. I mean, that's the truth. And the truth is there's no justice. And that's what we grew up in. I mean, it still is to this day. That's how it relates to me. But, Malcolm, the shit's still going on. The same exact way you just said. There's never no justice. I never seen justice. Like, seriously, never seen justice for, especially for my people, black people. I never seen it. I never seen it. I've seen just us, but I never seen no justice for us. You know what I'm saying?
He said, I seen just us, but not justice. Oh, that's so deep of a bar. So I gotta ask you, the cousins, did the game choose y'all, or did y'all choose the game?
We most definitely chose the game.
Kind of. We chose it, and then it
Cause we was breakdancing and all that shit. We was chasing hip hop.
We invested our quality, skills, and times into it, but that's why I would say 50-50, because we did, well, a lot of it didn't just come up in the game. We invested time and work, crafting skills and whatnot. Breakdancing, pop locking, DJing, trying to make beats when it was this cassettes, you know what I mean? Trying to make a beat off cassettes.
No, he looking, he clueless.
Oh no, I know all about that.
Yeah.
Trying to do everything off cassettes and running it back and forth and hit a record.
Yeah, I used to call it pause mix. I used to pause
See,
mix.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Pause mix.
Pause mix. You have two tapes, and one is, that's your player,
playback,
and I'm recording right here. I'll record 4 bars, and I'll stop, and I'll rewind it, and I'll play it again, and I'll unrecord, unpause, and but it'd be on beat,
That's the old school punching in style.
Yeah,
making the track.
Yeah, that's
so
what it's
yeah. I mean, to answer your question, we chose this shit because doing that was like time consuming, but it was strenuous. But the payoff was a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Man,
At the end of the day.
Was the karaoke box not available?
Yeah. There was a
more the Asians was cracking that back then. They was on that karaoke.
There was a place in the what was that, Cerrito Mall?
No, that was Lakewood Mall called Center Stage.
Center Stage. They had a studio thing that you can go in there and you can sing to somebody's song.
Whatever like different recording.
They had all
little cubicle audio.
Do a
booths.
demo or a cover.
Right.
Yeah, but basically it was really for cover songs. What's popping. But we went in there with our song, our tape, the one we picked, pause mix.
So we got studio.
And, they had this shit where it plays out where people can hear them walking by. Girls just wanna have fun. They fuck. Whatever. But we go up in there with our shit, and we. Get out your car, yo, throw your hands up. If you want to get down, don't, We talking, and people was like, what the fuck, but yeah. That's what we did our first recording, at the Lakewood Mall.
Wow. What would you guys consider you guys' first confirmation that music's what you guys supposed to do with your lives?
That's the other part of the 50 that I was talking about. I feel it's 50-50 because the game from being underground at that time, and we was investing in ourselves, like going to the Lakewood Mall, the Center Stage Studios, in the contrast where it's centered like the old school versus the new school, where we had to go actually work, and not like they don't do work, but do more to get the process done, you know what I mean, or to try to make a way.
Yeah.
Doing that process, where I said the other side of it is, because from doing that, it showed the game came looking for us. We didn't go looking for a record.
I was about to ask that. Did the I don't want to say it was easier, but when the term gangster rap became popular, it seemed like they was more seeking you guys over you have to go seeking them.
Right.
They was looking for the next gangster rap type shit.
West Coast group that kind of made a little sense.
Yeah.
And so from there, would you guys consider that your first confirmation? Like pretty much like once you guys were investing in yourselves and putting it back out, at the whole, everyone received it in Compton.
Actually, from the underground tapes, it wasn't just Compton. It was Watts, Inglewood, Long Beach, going around Venice Beach area.
It spread.
Yeah, it spread out. Ventura County, San Diego,
Riverside County,
Riverside, San Bernardino County, Vegas, and Nevada,
everything on the
Arizona, Phoenix, Tucson,
Even
Albuquerque, New Mexico, Houston, Louisiana, New Orleans, Baton Rouge. It's a little part where down in Louisiana they call Bro Bridge, Louisiana. They do their little whatever, But yeah, it touched a lot of places. We didn't know, but it touched a lot of places. We found out later on.
when it exploded like it kind of did, was it like a crabs in the bucket situation where a lot of cats from the same area, everybody was rapping at that time?
Yeah. No. It wasn't a lot of talent though back then.
True.
It was harder to get in the game if you were trying to.
Yeah.
You had to be talented.
Yeah.
You had to have some. See, back then, they wouldn't allow nobody to come out sound like, okay, here's a Snoop, and another dude come out sound like Snoop, and then another dude come out sound like Snoop, and then here goes somebody sound like Dub C, and then another dude sound like Dub C.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
That wasn't allowed.
No, that shit was like.
You had to be unique. You had to
was
set
called-
yourself apart.
It was called a biter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back then. But now, I mean, you know.
What are some of the highs and lows as a group that you guys had to face that, of course, you guys are willing to discuss? Give me at least two. Two of some of the highs,
You wanna get
two
one
some of the
first?
lows. One each, I guess.
What high and low was what?
Go ahead. I mean,
Well, shit, I'll take one because this really affected me. Something like that. I would take it as a low because of the way it was presented, coming out as a West Coast artist and being prejudged as far as the content of what we're talking about with music and our delivery with the music, with the harmonies and hooks, singing our own hooks and whatnot, wasn't truly accepted by hip hop. So, you know, at that time, during that era, we was just talking about real life. During that era, though.
and when you say hip hop, you know, he mean in New York.
New York, and the five boroughs, and the culture, because hip hop is a New East Coast culture. What was it, five boroughs? Or five elements, my
But
bad.
it was just back then, it was like, when music was coming out, especially, even, you know, some New York rappers had problems with even NWA at that time, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it was some people that had problems with that. Every time, you know, a West Coast artist, and when we came out, we was one of the victims of being critiqued. Hip hop ain't singing.
Yeah.
You know, you shouldn't be singing and rapping and
Singing hooks.
you know,
Yeah.
and we wasn't hearing that shit from over here. We was hearing that shit coming from over there in the magazines.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
East Coast bias.
It wasn't social media
Back then.
back then,
Right.
but
Yeah.
we was hearing that shit coming from the magazines.
All the
and-
magazines are
Movie
made
publications.
So
You guys are one of the first groups that use like a lot of like instruments, like flutes and like those type of sounds, and like you
Most
take it back to
definitely.
like let the rhythm take you. You hear these certain type of flutes and everything. There's certain type of horn sounds you don't really get from the East Coast.
yeah, well, you know, we liked live instrumentation music. That was the whole thing. That was one thing that we all agreed upon. You know, when I mean like all of us. I mean, Quick is all. You know, Quick like a live sound. We loved the live sound, and it just made sense. You know. We, you know, over samples and shit like that, we still wanted to make, you know, that groove to feel it, you know, to come out, you know what I
Feel
mean?
good.
You could sample something, that's cool, you know what I mean? But if you can't just like, well, wait a minute, let's bring Rob Bacon. Can you come up in here, please, and bless that, and you know,
Make it
do what
work.
you know how to do, man. We don't know how to do that. You know how to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he know how to, you know, feel that bass in and ride a track like no other bass player did, you know, and he was responsible, you know, he's also responsible for the sound of Second to None, you know? And we love him too, you know?
So what about some of the highs?
The highs, seeing Niagara Falls,
Man.
just, I mean, like on some real shit, like for me, like back then, when we left Compton, we went out on tour and that was one of the highs for me. Just seeing all that water and shit, you know what I mean? Like, and then the first thing I was thinking about, I was like, damn, I wish the homies could be able to see this, you know? You know what I mean? And that's when I was like, really was like, damn, I appreciate my spot because I could still be in the hood. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, for real.
You gotta have that feeling that y'all everyone made it now that y'all made it with that type of feeling. Like you just said, you know, you wish the homies could see it, but in a way, you know, you representing the homies, being in this position, you know what I'm saying? You being in this position that most cats back at home couldn't get in that position, and y'all kind of like an extension of that.
It's like for me myself, in some ways it was like that, but at the same time it was a thing of not knowing, you know, what like the next circumstance was, you know what I mean?
True.
Because we was out there pioneering before, like the gangster rap was considered to be Crips.
Yeah.
And when we came in, you know, we're blood affiliated, but when we go out to the United States and go hit these different states, we running into Crips. You know what I mean? And Crips is trying to make sure they want to try to show us that they bad, and you know,
people that wanted to be Crips because it was so inspiring through TV, and a lot of those people. But some real Crips too from
just like on some.
But
But you know, a confrontation is a confrontation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And the thing about it is, we wasn't banging down. We was pushing. We smashed that, and then we trying to do shows. We ain't tripping on no gang banging shit, but we already know how to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's no problem. But like, we trying to do music. You know what I mean? We all on tour and having fun, but sometimes we used to run into, you know, certain knuckleheads. You know what I mean? And then you like, if you want to test it, we gonna look. You gonna take all 25. You gonna have to answer all 50 questions. You know what I mean? If you want to test, nigga, you got to answer all 50 questions. You know what I mean? Right. That's how we was. You know what I mean? And you know, that was the part. You know, a lot of people don't know that. Like, you know,
it was a test throughout.
Yeah. All that shit. Even when Quick talking about just like Compton, all them little incidents, all that shit was real shit that happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the weed.
So what's one thing people got fucked up about the industry?
It's such a long pause from Karen.
Wow, it's too much.
Man, you know, I don't.
Fame and this.
I feel, you know, if you don't know,
coming like this,
you know what I mean?
it's on.
I ain't even tripping. The game is to be sold, not told. If you don't know, you don't know.
How do y'all, in a way, perceive how the business is now that being a blood is more mainstream now? Like when y'all saw that kind of like that transition, do you like how do y'all see that?
And going back to what D was saying earlier on the part of music and not being accepted, the quote unquote hip hop in that stream, you know, from singing hooks.
Yeah.
When it came to gangster, why y'all gang banging? Why y'all killing each other? Why this and that and that? You know, it's for me. It's 30 years later, and what's cracking?
Yeah.
We not out there. We still living, so evidently we not killing each other.
Absolutely.
So you must got the code wrong.
Yeah.
I remember back in the days, New York used to, you know, they used to talk like, damn man, y'all gang banging, yo, that's not good. They ain't got wear jerry curls and shit, you know what I mean? And niggas was like, you know, like on some real shit, you know, like
real,
like okay,
pressing.
I mean, no, it's not pressing.
Antagonizing.
It's just antagonizing.
That's not their culture. That's not their culture. Yeah, but that's not what they know.
That's what, you know, that was like what was led up to that, the East Coast bullshit. You know, just, it was already there, you know what I mean? Imagine the culture coming out of okay, you've been working on this shit. You helped, you know, mold it. And then another person takes it and it's like, you wanted to sell, you done made so many units, everything, you got ready, you want to sell this shit. But you can't sell it like you want to because it's not really good. People don't like it like that. No disrespect, like conscious rap. We had too many people that was like dealing with on this coast. It was like people was on some gangbanging shit, you know, street cocaine, selling dope, and you know, fast life shit. A lot of the rappers, they was on conscious rap, you know, talking. You know, it was about lyrical skills. We wasn't talking about that. we was talking about
Life.
our you know what I mean.
Life and
NWA
existence
was
at
talking
the
about
time.
what was going on. When me and Kay, we was our thing. We said we want to talk about the other side of Compton, the party side, the fun. Well, you know what I mean? It ain't just killing. You know what I mean? We have fun. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
And that was your guys' choice at that moment.
Yeah.
Do you guys dig into what surroundings you guys are seeing daily on this side, or do you guys dig into this is what my life can be like and this is what it is for me?
yeah,
And which is the party, enjoying life, having fun, pursuit of happiness.
yeah. And a lot of times the conscious rap, it had its time, but it still has its time. They didn't understand that. It was our time. We had to break the mold. With the crazy lyrics and all that shit, it had to break the mold. Because you gotta remember, our lyrics and help pressing that, we helped out Luke.
Yeah.
He was, he went through it. We was fighting freedom of speech at that time.
Yeah.
You gotta remember that. You know what I mean? All this shit was freedom of speech.
Crew.
Then you
Yeah.
had people like, man, we had people coming up to our concerts like,
Man.
why is y'all talking bad about women? And,
Like
you know,
pussy and shit, all that
Yeah.
kind of
Right,
shit.
right as soon as we get on stage, the whole arena or Coliseum, wherever in the Southeast or Midwest, y'all calling bitches and hoes and shit. As soon as we get on stage, or short during that time, As soon as we say, all the bitches say something. Living testament right there, Hey, that's what life is about. At least be honest about life. Don't try to make a facade over real life.
Yeah, real talk.
What is something that's second to none feel like the game is missing right now?
I don't really, me, man, I don't judge the game. Like how people would say, how y'all feel about the new youngsters' music, you know what I mean? It's cool. I was once, we was once young.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna speak up on that shit
Transcend.
back. It's some dudes, new shit I like and some shit I don't like. Some shit sound repetitive, some shit sound new, like creative. I listen to new and creative shit. You know what I mean? So, case in point, real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Motherfuckers say like, and all that shit. That's disrespectful. I like the Migos because they sound like the Migos.
Unique.
That's so you know who they are. If you heard them come on, you know who the Migos are.
That's it.
Yeah.
Voice and flow.
Yeah.
That's
Melody.
They carved a sound for themselves.
Now everybody else that's try to sound like the Migos, I don't like.
Right. Case in point.
Like if I want to listen to the Migos, I'll listen to the Migos.
So I don't diss none of that shit, man.
So what would second to none be doing if you guys weren't in entertainment?
We'll be doing something productive. You better believe that. We won't be doing no jail time. That's what we wouldn't be doing.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be very productive, like you said.
Yeah, we'd probably be doing some business. We got other stuff that we do, already.
We was already productive in the community, or inspiring or doing something motivational as kids. And, with our grandmother in her church, being in the Compton Christmas parades with our uncle and his horses from Richmond Farms, little black community of cowboys over in west side of Compton. So it was a lot of great growing moments in Compton, as kids and growing up, before the second to none entertainment hit.
So pretty much the basis of my show is about, the story of success. There's a lot of people that, I can say all of us have grown up in poverty-stricken neighborhoods where opportunities are rare as you make them. And so you got some people that continue to make stuff happen. You got other people that, work a long path and find a way eventually. Then you got other people that are afraid of success. And so, my whole point of my show is to pretty much bridge that gap of people putting a cul-de-sac state of mind on their head and put a bridge to making something happen from testimonies and blueprints of what, successful people have done, whether it's that you brothers have done to you know, athletes and actors and so on and so forth. And so now I gotta make sure I let you guys know I appreciate your time. You know, it's the most finite thing we have. And so to give your testimonies and, you know, set up the blueprint for a lot of people to understand the struggle comes from, you know, putting in the process so that you can see success.
Thank you first. You know, appreciate the love, definitely.
Absolutely. So we about to go into my awareness segment. You know, it's about police interaction. I ask every guest of mine when was the last time they were pulled over, and what's advice that they can give to the, you know, everyone out there and, you know, interacting with the police.
Yeah, I got a 2020 a few days ago story. I got pulled over on my way to get a breakfast quesadilla. Yeah. Or, you know, a younger cop, I have to say white, and one Latino, a little elder. They followed me up one street, let me turn the corner for half a mile, turn the corner, follow me a mile down to the main street, waited till I turned into the alley to go get to the burger spot, and then turned on the lights once I got in the alley. But they followed me all of that distance. And you know, what made it funny is I had receipts of where I just left from with a time stamped and, you know, all that. So I brought it to the younger, not being racist, no, I brought it to the younger driver who was white. The elder that was Latin was the passenger cop. It was cool, but the younger cop, you know, he was asking silly questions. So where you coming from? So I didn't say anything. I just handed him a receipt with the answer. To add to it, as you know from your training, the time and distance that it would take me to drive from this point with this receipt with the time on it. You know, you pulling me over, and then you followed me first for a while. Why didn't you pull me over as soon as you got behind me? What was the point? You know what I mean? So you waited till I got in the alley, a mile or 2.5, you know, and then pull me over in the alley. And I had a call in order, so what made it valid, the older guy was filming already when he saw the lights come on in the alley. And the manager of the hamburger place that I went to, she was at her back door throwing trash away and seen me and stayed there the whole time. So it was a blessing moment, but just dealing with, that was just a few days ago.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they was just like, oh, you know, so where are you coming from? Well, actually, you know, not being favorite or nothing, but the Latino, he kind of understood more. He was in his 30s. The white guy was in his 20s. He's fresh on, maybe going through training.
Both of them motherfuckers. They both the same shit, man.
Well, Latino cat, he was a fan.
Yeah.
After the fact. Man, but he was cool before he even knew that shit.
He's still guilty by association.
For taking the job.
Yeah. They all, because, man, I got pulled over too, so it's like, I don't like none of them motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, you doing the job.
That's so disrespectful. He asking you where you going.
Right, and that's why I broke his ass down with that receipt.
Grown, man.
You smart enough.
Tell this man.
I didn't say shit. I gave him a receipt. Now you calculate.
I know,
the time
Kevin, like,
distance.
what is the point of him asking you about your day?
Right.
Stopping you in the middle of your day, asking him.
First following.
You know what I mean? That's some bullshit,
yeah,
man.
it's like, nigga, do your job. When you see somebody running,
look, he black.
Pull him over.
That's racial profiling. Yeah. Did they tell you why they put?
Well, he broke it down, but I broke his ass down even further with some common sense and intelligence. You know, it's that simple. So,
what do you do to get through the situation quickly?
I just let's get straight to the point, man. What did you pull me over for? Bottom line, I got pulled over about 2 months ago. Motherfucker told me he pulled me over. He said I didn't stop before the line right by the crosswalk. Some petty ass shit. He just wanted to see what was in my car. Bottom line, him and his partner. It was a guy and a female. They pulled me over, asked me that. They lied after they, you know, checked me, you know. They wanted to give him a car And I was like, what you want to go in my car for?
Right.
Yeah, they wanted to go into the car and they lied. Once I said, you know what? I let them go in the car and hurry up. I said, hurry up and check the car so I can go. And he went back and checked my license. The girl trying to look in the car. Nothing in the car. He come back with my license and say, that's the only thing you ever been to jail for is that gun? And I was like, man, let me go, cause you on some bullshit. I ain't never been to jail for a fucking gun and all this, so this is some bullshit. I don't like the police right now. And a lot of other people don't like the police right now. And I know a lot of people say there's good cops and there's bad cops. All of them are the same, because the same good cops that know that there's bad cops,
They allow it.
yeah, they don't say nothing, and you know they're part of the system. If you rolling with it, then you just as much as bad. So I don't even front and play no game.
It's either there's a problem side or there's a solution side.
I let it be known from the
That's it.
straight gate. When we have any interaction, I don't trust you. I don't even have nothing to say. What are you bothering me for? Leave me alone.
Get me through this. No, that's real. No, I appreciate you brother's testimony on, you know, it is a hot topic, but it's a reality. Before it was a hot topic, it's something we face daily.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, you know, I'm going to go ahead. I have this next segment. It's called Trading Places. You remember that movie with Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy,
Yeah.
Mortimer, you know, wake up,
Yeah,
everything's
one of my
changed.
favorites.
And I take that idea and concept and mold it into, you know, a segment. And I got two iconic people because, you know, you guys are a group. We was like, let's take a group and swap them and talk about it. So we took the Wayans brothers and we got them trading places with the Beastie Boys. So question number one is, can y'all see their work?
Yeah, aren't they both from New York? So that clicked in right there. No other
So you
answer.
can see the Beastie Boys doing, like, you know, the shows that they did, the Wayans brothers show.
Yeah, I can see them.
You can
doing
see, well,
that.
I can see them being white chicks.
I can see.
All of the comical and humor,
Yeah.
all that, because it's the same thing.
Yeah, they went for it. You know what I mean? I can see them trying anything.
Mm-hmm.
They're not scared to you know, dare to be there.
And then you guys can also see the Wayans brothers as a successful hip hop group
Right.
in the early 90s.
Being flamboyant and it's only rolling out.
Yeah. More kids playish and shit, you know, like
Yeah.
kid and plays, you know, rap like. But no, I don't know. Them niggas probably be tight. I don't know, but
They were clever.
What would be one thing different if they traded places? Can you just give me one example of, you know, just being clever?
who
they-
being clever?
You know,
The
Beastie
group wouldn't be talking about drinking as much beer. There'd been some cognac and some gin, and some more talk about some soul food, some chicken, fried chicken, or something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, brass money would definitely be.
Yeah, Brass Monkey wouldn't be the subject matter.
Hennessy,
Yeah.
that shit got me.
Hennessy.
Hennessy, it really got me.
For real, shit.
She's making us. God damn.
Okay. I got my next segment. It's Impulse Q&A. You know, it's from a fan perspective. You gotta answer 3 questions, and you know I'm gonna have both of you guys weigh in. I thought about this very cleverly, and you know if you don't like the question, it's all good. Y'all could collectively pass on it. I got another question for you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Question number 1. What is something y'all hate but y'all wish you loved?
You wanna go first?
You can go ahead.
Alright. Something that I hate that I wish I loved.
Yeah.
Well, it ain't really nothing I hate. And I love a whole lot of shit, so that's a kind of like, it balances it out.
Bruh, for me, I hate some vegetables, some how they taste. But you know, I'm supposed to love them because they're supposed to do good for me. But I don't be having that balance in my mind sometimes, so I still make those poor decisions. And be like, I'm gonna wait to make that love connection later on with your vegetables.
That's funny you said that, man. I used to eat vegetables, love them. I still love them, but I guess malathion spraying the pesticides in California, Central California, they spray on the vegetables and fruit, and kind of triggered my system in my teenage years. And after that point of going up in Central California, basically, getting raw fruit, raw vegetables, and back in the 80s, after I guess whatever they sprayed on the fruit and vegetables, I wasn't able to eat. I'm still not able to eat lettuce, tomatoes, raw. I miss salads. I know what it tastes like. No raw fruit, but I can eat cooked and steamed vegetables. That's my way of getting it. Shit. Hey, I understand. I understand what you're talking about.
D,
That
what's
balance
something
and
you
shit.
love, but you hate, but you wish you loved?
Shit, the industry.
Ooh. That's real. That's straight to the point. Question number 2. What is one thing you recommend everyone tries at least once in their lifetime?
Some pussy. Nah, shit, no shit. I was just fucking around. Nah, but some vagina.
Some grade A, top notch, something that you thought was
Change
out
your
of your
life.
league.
You want to stall your hustle. If you want to put some stall in your hustle, fuck with some pussy.
Change your life. Who told you about this? This is lies.
What's, one thing you recommend everyone tries at least once in their lifetime?
Some damn rest.
Okay.
Rest your brain and your body. Get some damn sleep.
That's simple and it's fair.
Yeah.
Question number 3. If you could be in any time era of music, which era would you pick, and who would you guys work with in that era?
Oh shit. That's too easy for me. That's 70s, Earth, Wind and Fire.
Mm.
That's dope. It would have to be like the late 60s, early 70s, and I would like to work with like Marvin Gaye. I would like if I would have had a chance to even like to produce him, that would be dope.
Mm. Man, since you guys made these in-post Q&A so easy, I'm gonna give y'all a bonus question. What's something that people don't know about the group that you guys do behind the scenes, so that they can have a better understanding of what really hits the earwaves?
Well, a lot of people don't know that I produce. A lot of people don't know that I've been a big part of, our music. I guess I'm modest about it. I don't be putting it out there. I just love music. I love to, make music and make it where it's felt. I think that's our job. Actually, if God gave you a talent and gift to do music, and I think He made for you to, make it and create it so it can be felt. And I know the music that I create, it gets felt. You know what I mean? So it's good feeling. It got soul in it. You know what I mean? It's rap. It's jazz. It's all type of genres. You know what I mean? But it got soul in it. That's the most important thing in it. So that's everything just gonna grab.
Man, you brothers have survived my awareness segment, survived my trading places segment. Y'all even survived my in-post Q&A with a bonus question. And as a result, as a reward, let's promote, let's talk about what y'all working on, what's coming out, what's on the horizon for Second to None that people need to be up on.
We had a vault as you know, as so to speak. But we had so much music that we recorded and we never released. So now we're releasing a lot of music, and the crazy thing about it is the music is timeless. It sounds like it's today.
In these times.
These times. I mean, that's our gift, man. You know, a lot of songs that we done before that you guys heard that came out, some of the songs were before their times. It's like they didn't get it right then and there, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh damn, that's okay now. You know, that's all of us that had that happen to us. You know, out of the crew. You know, a lot of our music is like before its time. You know. And then it be landed right on time. Like this shit, like a lot of shit you hear, man.
It's just funny, just going off of hearing what he's talking about. You know, where a lot of people in the industry, they praise certain things. It's like, you're the first one, or that's the king or the queen of this and that, and it ain't even all about all that. Because if you actually pay attention to the facts, listen to the music, listen to the words, just like a lot of people don't listen to R&B as to what they knew it was and what it was. They spawned from just rap and hip hop or trap music, and that became their life. They don't have no soul, or they don't have no understanding of that. So a lot of you need to tap back into music. It's about the music. Tap into that. If you can tap on the drum machine, tap your ass into some researching just music.
And if you haven't listened to Compton Muzik, you sleeping on it. It's crazy how they put it, because it's definitely timeless. Everything that's on there, you would imagine it was made a couple of weeks ago during the pandemic. But the quality of the sound and the live instruments, everything that makes that product makes it timeless. And you would think literally it came out, you guys just put that together.
Would you say you guys are blessed, or you guys are happy that you are a part of a generation of hip hop where your music is more sustainable through time? You can still bump some of your early work like it was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And even the newest stuff.
Definitely blessed, man.
Yeah.
Definitely blessed.
Because today's industry is like you gotta stop watching your time on how these hits go to a degree. You can either be here for a long time, but even that long time is a short time, as opposed to you guys again have timeless music that's from an era that's always going to be stamped. You can continuously play that over and over again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause soul don't have no time on it.
Yeah.
It's time.
Even with hip hop, with y'all bring the soul to hip hop.
Right there.
You bring a soul to it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah. You see how they
why y'all singing?
They have different genres.
Yeah.
Shaq,
genres like
oldies.
Shaq, you listen to you're second to none talking, Shaq. You and Method Man did that song called No Hooks. Then later on, I love playing on the west side.
Oh yeah.
I love living on the east side. That's called a hook. And guess who did that track?
Wow.
And who's on the backgrounds? Right. Remember that. So
History.
when we talking about singing hooks in hip hop,
Yeah.
hip hop is a culture. Make sure your ass can draw, spray paint some shit, motherfucking windmill, spin on your motherfucking hand with your body flat, break dancing and shit. MC, DJ, and all the rest of that. That's an East Coast based culture. The same thing like Blood and Crippin' and Choloing, a West Coast culture. That's y'all hip hop. That's our shit. West Coast culture, and we rapped. No, we didn't make claim. We the kings of this. Yo-Yo the queen of rap and hip hop. No, we just living life and telling our stories and making claims in life and being blessed, like you said earlier.
With two ambassadors.
Later on, we found out that it became some shit.
Yeah.
We were just living and having fun, and that time in life, it became a moment and got recorded. Right. Whether it's visually or audio, And the shit happened, and look where we at. We still living and breathing. The motherfuckers is well balanced.
Man,
And smoking good weed.
it's a blessing to be in California. What's next for Second to None? Is there a documentary? I mean, I know it's a big thing. We got the Wu-Tang. We got a lot of stuff that's came out to like someone put a blueprint out there. Can we see a documentary of Second to None coming?
Yeah, we're working on it right
Definitely.
now.
Working on
We're gonna tell our story. No one's gonna tell our story but us.
It's not his story. It's our story.
Okay. Man, if y'all notice, my show is different, it's unique. I do things, you know, because they got segments like them other guys, but I don't do even the segments like them. I got my own shit, outside the box. I'm like, how do I keep that same energy and close out? The viewers knows it's coming. I'm about to hit you guys with it. Y'all got any questions for me?
Yeah.
Come on.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm blessed. Man, I'm
Right
getting the
up.
presence of some G's and some legends. Come on, stop playing with me.
Yeah.
That's the real shit.
Shit, man. Thank you. It's a blessing to be in you guys' company, man, and bring this forth so we can entertain the fans, the loved ones, and everybody love what you doing, love what we've been doing.
And update.
Right. And that's what we're here for.
Man, you got any questions for me? He hit me with the easy one. You ain't hit me, do you believe in aliens? Can you do some incredible shit? You ain't hit me with none of that.
I know you can't
appreciate that. That's
levitate.
love.
I know
That's
you can't
love.
levitate because you're the shoulders that shit.
Hell no, I interview a magic person for levitation. I ain't gonna do the shit. We can talk about him doing it, but that ain't me.
Did he actually do it?
Shit, to keep it real, it looked like it. But he was on the other side of the camera.
Well, I can't.
Shout out to Chris the Magic.
I want to see some magic. I want a motherfucker to show me some shit like that.
We gonna have to get on live and see if he on. He'll trip out.
Man, I got some magic for your ass. The motherfucker, first day I see some hands and arms, put the sun up in the morning, and bring the motherfucker down and then put the moon up. Show me that motherfucker. Whoever got color on their skin talking about they the man, put your motherfucking hands up, put the sun up every day, and the moon as well, and the stars, and the clouds and the blue skies, the sunshine. You want to be the man.
Rotate this earth, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Come on with it. Man, it's Contrast Uncut. It's season 3, episode 49. Man, big shout outs to Uncle Snoop's Army and Bobby D Presents. I appreciate you, brothers. I wouldn't be able to do incredibly dope shit like interview Second to None and talk about history, talk about some legendary shit, and then, you know, splash in on some of this modern stuff and then let them know what y'all been up to and what you've been doing. Thank you, brothers. Thank
Appreciate
you.
you, man.
Man,
For real.
appreciate your time, bro. All love, man.
Yep. Yo, what's up? This is Gangsta D,
It's KK,
and you chilling on Contrast.
Uncut,
Yeah.
Second to None in the house.
What up, Snow?
Bobby D.
What it do?
Yeah, this really remind me of some, hey, this really reminds me of some Tribe Called Quest. Hip hop really taught me to give it all I got left. Wu-Tang taught us how to beat the projects and tell my story over beats and it could be a project. Look, how it all begun, bum skibbity bum, yeah. Grew up on that Nas, on that L, on that pun. Old soul when I was young, crisscross make them jump. Battle rapping for respect, my nigga, this ain't what you want. Can I kick it when I'm rhyming? Be a legend through Ebonics, was a sticker boy. Felt like sticky fingers, play that Onyx. Can I live track 8? Feel like Jigga 96, without a reasonable doubt the album turned me into this. Shit, we always had dreams of being money making Mitch without jewelry on. Hit a jail pose, take a flick. Feel like Pac and keep your head up. Biggie shooting juice. Coach is still alive, just let me prove. King, nigga.
Everything that you do, baby, I salute you. Every dream that came true, it's all 'cause of you. Everything that you do, baby, I salute you. Every dream that came true.
Right there you go. Another episode of Contrast Uncut. Make sure if you enjoyed it, you leave a comment below. You hit some like buttons. You hit some subscribe. You go ahead and hit share if you want to. Say something nice or say something you don't want to say at all. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Comment below.